What really changed about Mowe? Because in 2020 I sold a plot of land in Mowe for about 750,000 naira to 1 million naira thereabout, and in 2026, just 6 years later, a plot of land is selling for 5 million naira. So what really changed about Mowe? This is what we'll be looking at in this video today. Welcome to this space where we'll discuss topical issues that affect real estate in Nigeria. If you're first time seeing our contents, do well to like our video, subscribe to the channel, and also turn on your notification button so that every time I drop a new content, you'll be the first to see our videos. So what really changed about Mowe that has made prices go almost 6 times the original cost in 2020? What changed about Mowe? And this is what I will be explaining today. So the first answer to this question would be demand and supply. In 2020, there were so many lands in Mowe. People had not started buying. It was still the demand was very low, and supply was so much. Land was very cheap. People were not buying then, so the lands were cheap. But as the years went by, so many acquisitions, the government took over some portion. So right now you have very few good lands and safe lands. So supply now is reduced, and demand is now very, very high. So demand supply has a huge role to play in why prices have changed over the years in Mowe. That is that about that. Now also, the second point will be the type of land then and the type of land now are not the same. In 2020, we sold land for about 750,000, 1 million naira. But those lands were bushes. Those lands were bushes without access road. But today, you have estates almost everywhere. You have developed estates with roads and also layout. So one reason for a change in the price, what Mowe is right now. Also, changes in land titles also is a big factor, because in 2020 you rarely see a land with C of O in Mowe or further. What you will see most times would be freehold and the rest, village excision and all those things. But right now you find properties with safe title like C or O. So lands are very affordable because you don't get safe title then, but right now safe title means high value, higher prices, and this is one reason. Another reason is infrastructural growth. Now, improved roads and major projects in Mowe has caused for the value of land to skyrocket. This has directly affected the price of land, and also it has also caused for an increase in the demand of the land in Mowe. So because of infrastructure, the new rail project, the Papalanto Road, the Lagos Ibadan Expressway, all those major infrastructures has caused the demand for lands in this area of Mowe. Also is the impact of Lagos population moving to Mowe. Now rent has increased so much in Lagos. The cost of rent is really killing right now in Lagos, and most workers cannot afford the high cost of rent. Those that cannot afford are moving towards Mowe because it still offers them that direct access to Lagos. So you can be in Mowe and you still feel like you're in Lagos because of the closeness and the accessibility you enjoy by staying in Mowe. So most of the population, some of the population that cannot afford rent in Lagos have moved to Mowe, and this is another reason why you find that there are changes in Mowe right now. Another factor is the rise of real estate development and real estate companies in Mowe. Back in 2020, you'd hardly find so many developers in Mowe, but right now when you go to Mowe or further, you find so many of them, and this has brought in structure, it has brought in security and great marketing and also competition amongst real estate and players and this part, and it has also caused price to go up. Another factor is like I explained the very first time, the demand and supply shift. In 2020 we had high supply with less demand. Right now we have less supply with high demand, and that is why prices have changed so greatly. Another factor is the effect on the effect of inflation on land prices. In 2020 inflation was still very low compared to what it is right now, so the value of the naira has reduced. So just like how it affects every other commodity, it also affects real estate. The price of a bottled water in, I think in 2020 was about 50 naira. Right now it's about 300 naira. That's about 600% increase. So the same also applies to real estate. So because money has lost value, the purchasing power has reduced. So commodities will get more expensive and more value. That has also affected real estate in Mowe. Also, the risk level then and now is different. In 2020 we witnessed high risk because lands were without title and documentation and so many uncertainty in that area. But right now there are better structured estates, better awareness, and reduced risk. So right now people have got confidence to buy safe real estate in Mowe or further, and this is also a very big factor. Also, investment mindset has also shifted. Now, earlier buyers were almost gambling. They were gambling about future growth. They were so unsure of what was going to happen. So people did not really see reasons to buy as at that time. But right now there's a lot of information, there's more clarity about title, location, and infrastructure. So people, but the mindset now has shifted from just speculation to visible parameters that will determine if you should buy or not right now. So this has also caused the growth you find out, the growth you see in Mowe at this time. Another factor is accessibility improvement. Now right now you have better road network, you have better transport option. Then when we sold properties in Mowe in 2020, the roads were not good. So if you were not going to drive a truck down there, you would need a bike. But right now you could easily drive your car down to the lands there, and everywhere seems accessible and very, very easy to commute right now. So this also has attracted investors to Mowe and its environs. Also, the role of Lagos Ibadan Rail project has also caused Mowe to attract people and attract real estate buyers. The rail line has boosted investors' confidence and signaled future growth in this past. In this part, and it has caused land prices to skyrocket around this corridor. This is why we witness this fast growth of real estate in Mowe or further. Now, another factor is land scarcity closer to main road. Now, in 2020, you could still buy lands close to the road, but right now the government has almost acquired almost all the lands on the road, on the major road in Ogun State. We'll be making videos on this in the coming week, so that you know what to buy and what not to buy. So because of this, land became scarce. So fewer lands right now is met with greater demand, so price has gone up. Another factor is government influence and also urban expansion. So as Lagos expands outwards, places, especially Mowe, is becoming part of that growth zone. pushing most investors to this particular area, and making people develop more in Mowe axis, and this has caused the value of price to increase. So all these factors, with also the visible development of the visible industrial hub, the industrial zone, which Ogun State is known as caused for a change in investment and mindset amongst investors. So people are looking towards Mowe right now because of all this development. So if you bought in 2021 or if you bought in 2020 for 1 million naira, right now prices now starts from 5 million naira, 8 million naira. So if you now buy then at 1 million or 750,000 naira, right now you'll be buying for 5 million naira, which is also still very affordable considering the fact that the lands right now have a C of O and a safe title. So smart investors, these are the reasons why the value of land in Mowe has skyrocketed. But right now it is not still late, prices are still very affordable, titles are safer, access roads are more pronounced, so you can still buy right now. If you're looking to buy properties in Mowe, save real estate in Mowe, title properties in Mowe, my number is on the screen. You can call me now for more information, for consultation. My number is on the screen. Talk to us and you'll be glad you did. Until we see you again, stay safe and keep investing in safe real estate. Peace.